It's the week of the Steam Summer Sale, so again, there will not be too many releases, but there are some impressive games coming out, beginning with Feudal Friends, a game that unfortunately does not show any gameplay, so I'll give you a second to guess the genre. Yes, this is a co-op strategy title, where 4 players take on various roles like the blacksmith or commander and are working together to arm their troops with the goal of destroying your opponent's castle, being quite different from this CG trailer, but there you have it. A neat looking digital board game for 4 players is Spiritle, one where you choose an animal spirit that represents one of the 4 elements and have to challenge the other players to regain your place on the world tree. I like the art style here, and the strategy and tactics required should be neat as well, but I think that this will be free on Steam and the store page doesn't indicate any microtransactions, so why not give it a go. This video is brought to you by Kingdom 80s, a new standalone entry in the Kingdom series that first released in 2015, now known as Kingdom Classic, followed by New Lands in 2016 and Two Crowns in 2018. However, rather than the medieval fantasy setting, this new game instead brings it to the 1980s, swapping out horses for bicycles, but where your enemy remains the same in the Greed. These monsters are still spewing forth from mysterious portals, where you now need to recruit the neighborhood kids and band together to protect the town from these monsters, who are targeting a family heirloom named the Crown of Creation. As with the previous games, you will slowly uncover the narrative and larger goal in the game, where the local kids can play their role as soldiers or builders in your defense strategy, not to mention some puzzles and secrets to solve as well. The pixel art is good and retains the classic Kingdom-style gameplay that you have come to know and love, where I'm interested to know your reaction to the change of theme, so if you are curious, pick it up via the link in the description below.
Open up a world of items, tucked away in small forgotten spaces. Organize over 25 forgotten corners of the home.
We also have the release of A Little to the Left, Cupboards and Drawers, a paid DLC to an interesting puzzle game where you are sorting and organizing objects, looking to be more of the same, which I'm not complaining about.
So get inside those boxes and bins, nooks and crannies, those cupboards and cabinets, and discover what secrets an open drawer may hold.
Strategy game fans, this one's for you, since Revival Recolonization is a civilization-like strategy game set in a post-apocalyptic version of Earth where mutants and robots roam the planet and you need to lead your own faction to victory. It has that classic hex-based map, but throws all sorts of curveballs at you due to all kinds of influences here, since things like zombies and sudden environmental changes are all fair game. As such, it's not very cohesive and is not Paradox or Firaxis, so I wonder how 4X fans will react to this. Hey, if you made it this far, subscribe to my weekly newsletter to keep on top of all things indie games, link in the description below.
This city once had a name that actually meant something. There was honor and trust, and now it's tooth and claw.
A game that I featured in my summer showcase was SlavicPunk Oldtimer, set in a world created by a Polish science fiction author where you play as a private detective with a troubled past on his latest assignment. While it looks like an isometric CRPG, this is instead a top-down shooter where the action plays out in real time, where the variety of weapons and gunplay will be critical to its success. The world looks fascinating to explore, where I'm interested in how the hacking and stealth elements will weave into the gameplay.
I hate its people. I hate myself.
bigger games begin with the Steam release of Front Mission First Remake, the remake of a game which released in 1995 by Square Enix, but somehow the developer and publisher Forever Entertainment is credited on this game at the moment, with this released on Switch in November last year, looking pretty visually but has a mixed reception on Metacritic.
An unforgettable tale of friendship, family, and farming.
Another remake of interest is Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life, remaking Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life from 2003, which was a GameCube and PS2 title, where the whole Harvest Moon / Story of Seasons IP thing is a mess, but the recent remakes have been doing okay, so check it out if you love farming games.
A fertile land to grow crops and care for animals. A vibrant valley with mystical woodland, ancient ruins, and abundant gifts from nature. A community of friendly faces to help you find your feet. Life is about the people you meet, that you fall in love with, that you start a family with. It's full of happy moments, and some sad ones too. Guide your child as they forge their own path. Spend time with family. Grow together. Say farewells. Make memories that last a lifetime. Welcome back to a beloved farming classic.
Smaller games begin with Choo Survivor. Yes, another Vampire Survivors inspired title, but this time you are on a train that moves from left to right, having a unique spin on the idea. Another title that I love the look of is Expand and Exterminate Territorial Disputes, one that, based on the logo alone, sure is taking inspiration from Command & Conquer, and that is reflected in the construction animations, announcer voice, and even enemy designs, being a tower defense title worth a look.
Technology research.
The first-person vandalism simulation Sludge Life 2 did show up during Devolver's Summer Showcase, being an exploration title where you're exploring the city in search of your friend, while sticking it to the man and adding your own dose of creativity to the landscape. It has an awesome, unique art style where it just oozes style and is a city worth exploring. A fan favourite title among you is Shogun Showdown, based on the comments in my Summer Showcase and the Steam Next Festival videos, where this turn-based roguelite strategy title is definitely worth a play. This is essentially Into the Breach, but as a 2D game, where you're manipulating your enemies and moving around the battlefield to eliminate them, even getting enemies to attack each other as you effortlessly swap places with them. There are roguelike style upgrades to your abilities within the run, and also has meta progression when you do fall in battle, not to mention awesome pixel art, making this a no-brainer. This next title really got my attention since its demo is one of the highlights of the Steam Next Festival, where Life Not Supported is a first-person survival game set in space, where your ship has exploded but you survived, but are now floating in the vast emptiness of space. You are tethered to the wreckage and have to gather up bits of debris in order to survive, looking like an interesting take on the survival genre, but the way that they handle hunger and thirst should be interesting. We also have the early access release of the long-in-development One Lonely Outpost, a sci-fi
cozy farm sim
that has you colonizing an alien planet, exploring and gathering resources to build up your farm, which eventually attracts other colonists, who then become the townspeople that you'll get to know. Through development, this has undergone somewhat of a drastic visual overhaul, from pure 2D pixel art to one that mixes sprites with 3D environmental objects, which is not my favourite look to be honest, but it's not too bad here. There are mini-games for added variety, as well as the choice to go all organic, to use tech to enhance your crops and animals, looking like a decent entry and seems to have all the basics in place, but early access is planned for 12 months with more content to be added.
Meet Dave, an interesting little human with a precarious love for the sea.
Surprise! We have the 1.0 release of Dave the Diver as well, an action, exploration, life sim title where you're venturing out to sea to fish and explore while running a sushi restaurant at night, impressing so far in early access and looks to get even more popular with the 1.0 release. The action elements and even boss fights are a highlight, where this might be one of the best games of the year with more pixel art games in this video.